between Dan Heng, Fu Xuan, Jing Liu, Topaz. We got all kinds of decisions, but I'm here to tell you right now that this is an easy decision. Now let me explain why. What's going on, YouTube? Ledger here once again. This time at you again with some more Honkai Star Rail. I feel like it's been a long time. I feel like it's been a while since I did make a video here. And I'm not gonna lie, I was swimming through the waters of Fontaine having a grand old time, splashing in the ocean. But I'm back again and I'm gonna here to talk about all the different things that we learned about in 1.3. And a lot of people are kind of stuck and they're trying to they have a decision that they need to make. Well, I'm here to tell you my decision of what I'm going to do, right? You don't necessarily have to do what I'm going to do, but I feel that me explaining this will help you guys make an easier decision because I do feel that this is an easy decision to make. Some of you may know already, my decision is to skip Dan Heng, without a doubt. Even though I do spend on the game, I'm still going to skip him because, you know, there's so many characters coming, there's so much things to do, and you know, sometimes you gotta to save some resources. But first, let's talk about Dan Heng a little bit. Let's talk about Dan Heng. Because Dan Heng, by no means am I trying to say that he's a bad unit. He's going to be a great unit. You wanna know how great he's gonna be? I firmly believe that when Dan Heng comes, he's probably going to be the hardest hitting DPS in the game. I do believe that. I do believe it. I've looked at his numbers. I've looked at everything like that. And I mean, I still want to wait until he is released to see how he does perform. But how things are looking, I feel that he's going to hit pretty damn hard. I think he's gonna rattle things. He's probably will be the one to finally dethrone Zila, even though I kind of feel that Blade and Kafka did kind of outdamage Zila, but that's a whole nother conversation, you know. But for most people, they say Zila is the queen, and I think by hands down she's going to be dethroned by Dan Heng. She's going to be a very, very strong damage dealer, and he's going to have a very rare element that he is doing, right? Imaginary, right? Because when the game started, all we had was Welt. Now we got Yukong too, and Luocha. But one, a lot of people aren't using Yukong too much. Not everybody has Welt. And Luocha is a limited unit, which also a lot of people don't have, right? And he's a healer, so a lot of time for time he's doing normal attacks and such, right? So to actually have somebody that can break those imaginary shields is going to be good, and they hit super hard. Oh, that's damn near perfect. With Dan Heng being somebody who's I feel is going to be strong in single target, he's going to be strong in AOE. Why would I say that I'm skipping him no matter what? Some people might think it's because, oh, he's going to be, you know, a skill point guzzler. That's not why either. That's not why. Because I do think, I mean, this is a turn-based game, which is a strategy game. If you have somebody that uses more resources in order to do more damage, in order to have better results, then, you know, it's worth it to playing around that, right? So I don't think that's another reason to skip him either. My reason to skip him is solely because how useful Fu Xuan is as a unit versus how useful Dan Heng is as a unit. Because I said that Dan Heng might outdamage Sealy, but do you need more damage than Sealy? Yeah, I know I said Zila before and I'm saying Sealy now. Whatever, get used to it. I think that Xuan, who everybody likes to shit on everything like that, I think he deals enough damage in order for you to be perfectly fine with him as a DPS. We got Sealy, great DPS. We got Xuan, who is maybe not be as good, but still a great DPS. We got Blade, who's a phenomenal DPS. We got Kafka, who deals a lot of damage and enables a lot of damage on the team. Then after that, we got Jing Liu and Topaz. We have so many options for DPSs. You don't need all of them. You need maybe two. You need maybe two of them at most. But what about Fu Xuan? Fu Xuan, you don't have a bunch of people that can do what Fu Xuan does, right? Because you can argue, oh, well, there's Bailu and Japard and Luocha and you know, these other units and links. Yeah, but the thing is with some of these units, some of them have trouble solo sustaining, right? Like, for example, I say Bailu, right? Bailu can solo sustain, but sometimes she has trouble doing so, right? If you need that cleanse, she can't supply that. She needs to use skill points in order to heal, or her burst when her burst is up. You can plan around that, can do it, but she is not the best at it. Then there's Japard, who you can have by chance. He's a standard unit, you know, if you're lucky enough to have him there. I feel like he can solo sustain, right? But he can't solo sustain as well as someone like Luocha can, right? Luocha, he sustains that team. You're not dying with Luocha. He's skill point positive. He's doing the damn thing. He's always healing, always healing. I think that Fu Xuan is going to be the preservation version of Luocha, where Luocha is always healing. He's always making sure your team is at top health. Fu Xuan is somebody who's always going to be protecting the team, because someone like Japard is at the mercy of his burst. He needs to make sure he gets his burst up in order for him to protect the team. If his burst is not up, the team is vulnerable. As for Fu Xuan, she protects using her skill. She's constantly going to be protecting the team. She's constantly going to be reducing damage, because she's reducing the damage that the team takes. And then on top of that, that reduced damage she is mitigating into herself. And if you've seen on the live stream, she's able to heal from that damage that she takes, right? And also, she does have other defensive things that she can do. She can heal the team. She can heal the team little by little, which is another positive with one of her traces. So that's another positive thing that she does right there. So she's, based on what her kit does and how well she can protect the team, I feel that she's going to be able to solo sustain just as well as Luocha can. And then her light cone just makes it even more comfy. But we don't really talk about her light cone because most people aren't going to get that, right? But speaking of light cones, even if you can't get her specific light cone, you do have a wonderful option, a wonderful 5-star option that you can get for free, which is Herder's Shop. Now, a lot of you guys who've invested in the Hunt light cone or Herder's Shop probably have a bunch of currency left over because you maxed out the Hunt light cone. Well, you now have another option that you can do and use it for Fu Xuan right here, which is this preservation light cone. So for Fu Xuan, you have a free-to-play option that's really good for her, right? It gives her effect resistance right here. It does give her a shield, so when she's taking that mitigated damage, it helps protect her, right? And it scales off of her HP. She's an HP scaler, as many of you may know. So that's gonna make it even better for her. And it reduces the damage that she does take, right? And you may be able to get this all the way up to max refinement. So this is a wonderful option for her. Granted, of course, her signature light cone is going to be the best option, but your second best option is looking mighty fine, right? So she doesn't exactly have the same problem Blade had, where he doesn't have that many other options that are great for him, except for that one other light cone, the Arlon light cone. She has another great, phenomenal 5-star light cone, so she can get that high base HP, and she can get the effects and take advantage of all the effects of the passive. Phenomenal option right there. She's gonna benefit from that. A lot of people like to talk about, oh, she's gonna be great Mana Quantum, but not everybody's gonna be able to do Mana Quantum, and I don't care that much about Mana Quantum. I'm not gonna do Mana Quantum. I have Seal, I'm gonna use her with Seal. I have Silver Wolf, I'm gonna use her with Silver Wolf. But we don't have a Harmony Quantum unit, and I'm not going to forgo using Harmony, because Harmony units are phenomenal, whether it's Bronya, Ting Yun, sometimes even Yukong, Asta too, and they're all great units to use. So I'm not going to forego that. You know, I don't really recommend the Mana Quantum as of yet, but you know, it is an option you can do if it is fun right there. But she is good outside of that. You don't need to be thinking of Mana Quantum in order to think Fu Xuan is a good pickup. And on top of all the things that I'm saying about Fu Xuan that's great, she also buffs the team. Now, this is phenomenal. This is a phenomenal thing that she can do. Not only is she protecting the team, but she's also giving the team crit rate. If you max out her trace, she can give the team up to 12% crit rate. And that's great, because with that extra 12% crit rate, you can do things where you can even change the build of your DPS expecting Xuan to have her trace up all the time, because she can't have it up all the time. She should have it up all the time. So for me, somebody who has a Sealy with 83 crit rate using a crit rate body, now I can switch over to a crit damage body and do that much more damage, right? I'm gonna be able to do a lot more damage because of Xuan, not only protecting my team, but also buffing my team. That is just a great thing right there. I do feel that for a long time, as soon as I saw Luocha's kit way back in the days and a few months ago, I knew that solo sustains were going to be the future of the meta. And I feel that Luocha and Xuan are going to be those true solo sustains. Japar does a great job of solo sustaining, but he does have his weaknesses. Bailu can solo sustain, but I think she has even more weaknesses. And Natasha, well, she can solo sustain too, but it gets very difficult for her. And Lynx is going to completely blow her out the water. I think that when you have Luocha or Xuan or both on your account, then in terms of defense, you're not struggling too much at all. And that's why I think she's going to be invaluable, which is why I am skipping Dan Heng, right? And in terms of DPSs, I say just pick whoever you want. Whether you want to get Kafka right now, whether you want to go for Dan Heng, whether you want to go for Topaz or Jing Liu, there is no losing with any of them, from what I can see, in my opinion. So for the DPSs, pick whoever you want. You don't have to get, oh, maybe I should get these two. What is it? No, just pick whoever you want. But I think that if there's anybody to prioritize, it's going to be Xuan, because of how broken her kit is and how useful she's going to be, based on from what I have seen from her. Okay? Those are kind of thoughts that I want to get out there to you when it comes to Xuan. The new patch is around the corner, so let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are going to do. There's nothing that you need to do, you know. If you say, hey, I didn't get Luocha, I didn't get Xuan, and I want to just rock with my Natasha and March 7th, and you know, you're free to do that if it's more fun for you, of course. But in terms of the decision that could help your account the most, in terms of to help you beat the content, this is what I say. So if you like content like this, definitely like the video. Comment your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys are going to do on your accounts, and subscribe to the channel so you can get more content like this. And without here, Legend out.